conducting some experiments on that, you can analyze any system. So without conducting any experiment, how you can analyze the system? So one way is there, that is by using control system concepts. Suppose physical system is given, so you can obtain the engineering model of a given physical system. So after getting the engineering model, you can obtain the mathematical modeling of that engineering model. That means you can represent that model in terms of some equations. That is nothing but mathematical representation. Generally, we can represent by using some differential equations. So you need to, wait, someone is trying to join. So physical system is given, represent that physical system in terms of engineering model, and then write the differential equations of the engineering model. That means you are getting some equations. Now, by using computer simulation, like some softwares are available like MATLAB. So by using those softwares, you can analyze the given physical system by following this procedure. So this is the main objective of control system subject. But here you are having just only introduction. Just see here, physical system. This is a water tank. So this is one physical system. This is the engineering model of this water tank, and this differential equation. This is nothing but mathematical representation of this physical system. So after getting the mathematical modeling, that means some equations, you can analyze those equations by using any software. Okay. So this is the main objective of control system. So here also one example is given, some car. This is a physical system, and this is the engineering model of this car. And from this engineering model, you can write some equations describing this engineering model. After that, by using any software, analysis software, you can analyze the given physical system. Okay. First of all, coming to definition of a system. First, what is meant by a system? System is nothing but number of elements or components are arranged in a sequence to perform specific function. The group thus formed is called a system. Suppose your BTech, this is also one system. That means you are first you need to appear for UPSC exam. After that, after qualifying, you need to go for counseling. So after getting the seat in any college, so you need to join in that college. So after joining, so gain some knowledge, and you need to check you have get sufficient knowledge or not. How we can check? By attending exams. So after writing exams, you will get the result. In that result, if you got the good marks, okay, you have got some sufficient knowledge. So this is the process. That means from starting onwards, that means you attending UPSC exam, that is one component or one element. After that, qualifying in that exam, that is one element. Next, attending the counseling, that is another element. Like this, all these elements are connected in a particular sequence, particular manner to perform the specific task or specific function. So in this example, what is your task? Completing the BTech and getting the job. Okay. So all these components are arranged in a particular sequence in order to perform the specific function or specific task. The group thus formed is called a system. Like this, you can consider any example. Okay. But all the components must be in this particular order in order to get the specified function. Okay. That is nothing, that is called as a system. In a system, when the output quantity is controlled by varying the input quantity, the system is called control system. Any system, if you are giving some input, you will get the output. If you are able to control the output by varying the input, that system is called control system. Okay. So in your BTech education, so what is the input? Output is getting the BTech degree and finally getting the job. That is the output. Input is faculty giving the lectures. Okay. That is the input to your BTech education. Uh, that means output is controlling by varying the input. So output is getting the BTech degree. That is finally you are getting that degree by following the lectures given by the faculty. Okay. So that's why that is also called as a control system. Here output is called as a response. So output we can also call as a response, and input we can also call as a command signal or excitation. Okay. Is it clear? Again, I'm explaining system. System is nothing but number of elements or components are arranged in a sequence to perform a specific function. The group thus formed is called a system. In a system, when the output quantity is controlled by varying the input quantity, then that system is called control system. So in control system, output quantity you can call as a response. Input quantity you can call as a command signal or excitation. So this is the definition of system and control system. So generally control system in terms of block diagram you can represent like this. So this is a control system. You are giving the input and here you will get the output. Is it clear? Definition of a system and control system?
Yes, sir.
Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Anyone? Okay.
Yes.
So we can classify control system into two types. One is open loop control system and another one is closed loop control system. So this is the general block diagram of open loop control system. Just like general block diagram of a control system, this is also same. Okay. Only here in block system is there. You are giving input and you will get the output. And one more thing, suppose you are giving some input, you are getting the output, but due to some external disturbances, the output may deviate. In that case, you can't get desired output. So in order to get the desired output, you need to change the input manually. So after changing the input, you will get some output. You can check that output is desired output or not. If it is not a desired output, you need to change the input again up to getting the so you need to change the input manually until getting the desired output. So this is the main drawback in open loop control system. Every time in order to get the desired output, you need to change the input manually. But second type of control system is closed loop control system. In that control system, no need of changing the input manually for getting the desired output. So that process automatically correct the changes in output. See, this is the general block diagram of a closed loop control system. Here, see, this block is called a plant or system. So this is a controller, this is error detector, and this is feedback element. See here, you are giving some input, you are getting output. After that, the output is fed back to the input through feedback element. This error detector comparing this reference input and output and producing the error signal. The output of this error detector is error signal. That error signal is input to the controller. Controller modifying this error signal and producing the control signal. That control signal is input to the plant. And again, it is producing some output. And again, this output is fed back to the input. Again, error detector is comparing this reference input and output. This process will continue until the error detector giving the zero error. The output of the error detector is zero. That means here you are giving some input, getting the output. Error becoming zero means you are getting the desired output corresponding to input. Okay. That means if any changes occurring in output due to external disturbances, those are correcting or modifying automatically, and finally you are getting the desired output. Here you are not changing the input manually. The process is going on automatically. Okay, finally you are getting the desired output. That's why closed loop control system is also called as a automatic control system. But in open loop system, there is no feedback element. See here, there is no feedback element, this part. That's why in order to get the desired output, you need to change the input manually again and again. Okay. So have I understood this one? Difference between open loop and a closed loop control system.
The closed loop.
Suppose one simple example. Ceiling fan is there in your room. So whenever you are switching on, that ceiling fan will rotate. Okay, that will rotate. That is open loop system or closed loop system? Open loop, na? Whenever you are open loop, whenever you are giving the input manually, you are getting the output. Suppose ceiling fan having some sensor. Whenever you are entering in the room, it will automatically rotate. It will sense you and it will automatically, a fan will rotate. That is closed loop control system. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
and you can in your daily life, you can get so many examples of a control system, open loop and closed loop. Suppose washing machine is there. Washing machine, semi-automatic, normal washing machine. First, you need to set some time, some 15 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour, like that. You need to set some time. So washing machine will rotate and it will wash the clothes. After ending of 15 minutes or 30 minutes, that washing is completed or not, that's not a matter. So the machine stop rotating. That is open loop or closed loop? Open loop, na, because initially you are setting some time. It after completion of time, it is not checking the washing is completed or not. But after completion of time, it will stop rotating. So that is open loop control system. Similarly, tell me some examples of closed loop control system. Automatic iron box. Automatic iron box, that is open loop or closed loop control system? Automatic iron box, that is closed loop control system, na? Initially it will give some temperature. So after getting the desired temperature, so automatically it will reduce the temperature. That means switch is closing up. Have observed that automatic iron machine?
Yes, sir.
So that is closed loop. Like that, give me some more examples for both open loop and closed loop. Just think about that. Just observe in your daily life. Bread toaster, that is also open loop, I think.
Sir, fire detector.
What? I'm not getting. Refrigerator? Refrigerator. Yes, refrigerator is closed. Yes, refrigerator closed loop. After getting the desired temperature, so that motor automatically switching off. Refrigerator is closed loop. Like that, you can observe so many examples. Okay. So after completion of
Air
class,
conditioner.
air conditioner, it is
Air
open loop or
conditioner.
closed loop?
Closed loop.
Closed loop. Closed loop.
So like that, so many examples you can get. Okay. So after completion of class, just you can think about this and you can try to put on paper what are the examples of open loop and what are the examples of closed loop. Okay. In your daily life. See here, the same thing is given. I have explained. Na? The open loop system can be modified as a closed loop system by providing a feedback. This is the only difference. In open loop, you can't get feedback. In closed loop, feedback is there. The provision of feedback automatically corrects the changes in output due to disturbances. Hence, the closed loop system is also called as a automatic control system. General block diagram is given. What are the main elements? Main elements of open loop control system? Only plant. Input and output are signals. Okay. Main element or main component is only system plant. What are the main components in closed loop control system? Main
Controller.
components. One
Controller.
is controller. Another one is
Plant and
plant.
Plant.
Another one
Error
is
detector.
feedback.
Feedback.
Error detector. Okay.
And error detector.
Yes. These four are main components in closed loop control system. Error detector, controller, plant, and feedback element. And see, I think here you are getting some doubt. Suppose in case of a electric motor, so what is the input for electric motor? Electrical input, na? Input is
Electricity.
electrical energy. Yes. What is the output? Mechanical output you will get. Input is electrical, output is mechanical. So how error detector will compare these two elements? These two, that means one is in electrical form, another one is mechanical form. How it can compare? This feedback element, suppose if here in case of electric motor, input is in electrical energy, output is mechanical form. Okay, what this feedback element will do? This converts this mechanical what's that one? Energy into its electrical energy. That means in electrical form. Now input is in electrical form and output also in electrical form. So error detector compare these two. Both are in same form. Okay. So you can feedback element. Feedback element is nothing but sensor. Sensor also feedback element. Or some transducers like that. Okay. So the main aim of feedback element is it converts the output signal into in the same form as the input signal. See here it is given. The reference signal corresponds to desired output. If you are giving reference signal, you will get the desired output. The feedback path elements samples the output and converts it to a signal of same type as that of the reference signal. Okay, is it clear? Feedback element convert the output into a signal of same type as that of the reference signal. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, the whatever I have explained, the same thing is given here. After that, after class, you can go through this. Advantages of open loop and closed loop. You have seen open loop is nothing but having only one element or one component, that is plant. But a closed loop having so many components: error detector, controller, plant, feedback. So construction of open loop control system is simple and economical. So that is main advantage. See, the open loop systems are simple and economical. Next, second advantage is the open loop systems are easier to construct because very less number of components are there compared to closed loop. Okay, and generally open loop systems are stable. Stability and all in first year, it is not good to discuss stability. Okay, you can leave this point. You can just remember first 2 points. Open loop systems are simple and economical. Open loop systems are easier to construct. So what are the disadvantages of open loop system? Open loop systems are inaccurate and unreliable. You are giving some input, you are getting the output, but you don't know that is the desired output or not. In order to get the desired output, every time you need to change the input manually. So that's why in open loop systems are inaccurate and unreliable. And the main disadvantage is the changes in the output due to external disturbances are not corrected automatically because there is no feedback element. So whatever the disadvantages in open loop, those are the advantages in closed loop. See, open loop systems are inaccurate and reliable. How we can write in closed loop? Closed loop systems are accurate and reliable. Okay. Closed loop systems are accurate and reliable, and this is also main advantage in closed loop. The closed loop systems are accurate even in the presence of non-linearities. If in any system having some non-linearity, so definitely because of this, you can't get accurate results. But in closed loop system, because of the feedback element, if some non-linearities are presenting in a system, then also you can get the accurate results in case of closed loop system. And the closed loop systems are less affected by noise. Noise is nothing but disturbance. And disadvantages, the closed loop systems are complex and costly because of so many components in closed loop. So it is complex and costly also. The feedback in closed loop system may lead to oscillatory response. You can leave this point also because it is beyond your knowledge now at this stage. Okay. Second, third, and fourth points, no need. Just you can remember this. The closed loop systems are complex and costly because these points, second, third, and fourth points beyond your knowledge. Okay. That particular, that too at this stage in first year. So before giving the material to you, I will modify this material and give to you. Okay. Don't worry. So here I'm going to discuss some practical examples of open loop and closed loop control system. Traffic control system. I think you have observed in cities or towns, in order to clear the traffic signals are there. Have you observed traffic signals? Suppose in junction is there, junction having four sides. In order to clear the traffic at one side, what is that one? Time slot. Based on time slot, suppose 30 seconds or 60 seconds, based on time slot, suppose in order to clear some east side, that a traffic, that pole, it will give some time slot, 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So up to completion of that time slot, the traffic will flow. Again, after completion of the time slot, that pole will give time slot to some other side. This is open loop or closed loop? Every time some time slot is giving. So this is open loop traffic control system. But in some foreign countries, closed loop traffic control system, they are following closed loop traffic control systems. That means before giving the time slots to a particular side, computer will calculate the density of the traffic for all sides. Which side, suppose one side having more density, more traffic is there, that computer allot the more time slot to that particular side. So because of this, the flow of traffic is more efficient compared with open loop. Have you understood this example?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. In India, fixed time slot. Their fixed time slot is following, not counting the, not measuring the density of the traffic. Okay, but in some foreign countries, they are following this closed loop control system. The computer measure the density of the traffic and give the more time slot to that particular side. Okay. So traffic control system, both open loop is there and closed loop is there. So whatever I have explained, I have given here. Just go through this one. You will get some more clear idea. And here temperature control system. This is also both open loop system is there, closed loop system is there. Suppose if you want to maintain some 50 degrees centigrade, some temperature. So this is the open loop temperature control system. See here, you are giving some AC supply to relay control circuit. This is the heating element. This heating element will produce the temperature. This is the sensor. Sensor sense the temperature. That is in analog form. So by using A to D converter, that means analog to digital converter, that analog form is converted into digital form. Through interface, it will display on digital display. Suppose we would like to maintain 50 degrees, but after doing this procedure, we are getting only 30 degrees. So what we need to do in order to maintain the 50 degrees, we need to switch on the supply until getting the 50 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this is open loop system. Closed loop system, in closed loop temperature control system, see, this is the block diagram of closed loop temperature control system. The same process. Here you are giving some AC supply through relays control circuit. So this is the heating element. It will produce some temperature. Sensor sensing that one. That is in analog form. By using analog to digital converter, the output of this one is you will get in digital form. Through interface, this digital form is giving to controller. And see this one. This is the desired temperature. You are giving the desired temperature to controller. Controller is nothing but, suppose you can consider some computer. One computer is there. Through interface, from interface circuit, you are getting the output of this one. Some digital form, you are getting some 30 degrees. But desired temperature is 50 degrees. What computer will do? Computer will give the signal to digital to analog converter. Because here temperature is in digital form. Now you are converting that one to analog, and through amplifier, it is going to relay circuit. Desired temperature is 50 degrees, but you have got only 30 degrees. So relay that means that information is going to relay. So relay, don't trip the circuit. It will continue. It will continue, and again this heating element give more temperature. This process will continue until getting the 50 degrees centigrade. Suppose you have got 50 degrees centigrade. Desired temperature is 50. Now this computer will give signal to digital to analog converter, and this will convert into analog form, and through amplifier the signal is going to relay circuit. So you have already got 50 degrees centigrade. What relay circuit will do? It will trip. So it will trip the circuit. That means it will switch off the AC supply. There is no connection between supply to this heating element. Okay, so this process is automatically going on until getting the desired temperature. So this is closed loop control system, closed loop temperature control system, and this is open loop temperature control system. Here controller is not there, and there is no feedback also. So that's why in order to get the desired temperature, you need to switch on. You need to switch on the supply until getting the desired temperature. After getting the desired temperature, you need to switch off manually. But in closed loop control system, this relay automatically trip the circuit after getting the desired temperature. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next, one more example. This is a student-teacher learning process. We have already discussed it, starting. So here, what is the output here? Finally, student need to get the desired knowledge. Input also same, desired knowledge. Who will give this knowledge? Teacher. Teacher through lectures. Teacher will give the knowledge to students. See, through lectures. Okay. So student get the desired knowledge. So how student may know he has got the desired knowledge? Through exams. Okay. So a student need to appear for exams. Suppose if he got the good marks in exams, that means he has got the desired knowledge. So this is the error detector. Error detector, every time comparing this input and this output from the feedback. Okay, this is the desired knowledge and this is measured knowledge. If both are same, desired knowledge and measured knowledge both are same, error becomes 0. Okay. Is it clear? Student-teacher learning process. This is the best example.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, driving system of an automobile. This is also one of the example. Just I will explain, but no need of this much of examples. This is the best example, student-teacher learning process. And this temperature control system also, if you want to go through, you can go through. Or this is also one of the best example, open loop traffic control system, open loop and closed loop traffic control system. Okay, let me explain this one also. Automobile, a driving system of an automobile. See, this is a block diagram of an open loop system. So in automobile, generally, what is the input? Output is desired speed. You know that one. Output is desired speed. Input is, so what is the input?
Force.
Pressure, yes, force or pressure on accelerator pedal. If you increase the accelerator, if you are applying the more force on accelerator, you will get the speed will increase. And after getting the desired speed, you can maintain that same force on accelerator. Or if you want to get more speed, you need to apply more force on accelerator. Okay. So this is general case. See, if you are applying the force on accelerator pedal, this carburetor valve will open, the fuel will flow to engine, fuel will burn in that engine and get the desired speed. So this is generally open loop case. So what is closed loop case? Closed loop case means, see, this is the general block diagram of a closed loop control system. See here, by using leg muscle, see here, you are applying some force. You are applying some force on accelerator pedal. This carburetor valve will open. Some fuel will flow into the engine and get the desired speed. Get some speed, desired or not, you can get some speed. So you can observe that one in speedometer. After observing, you may know you have got the desired speed or not. Just see, this is the speedometer is feedback element here. So after visualization of a speedometer, the driver just by driver eyes after seeing that speedometer, so he can get some idea he has got the desired speed or not. If desired speed is not reached, this driver brain will give some instructions to leg. So that driver, by using leg muscles, he will apply more force on accelerator pedal. Either leg muscles, that means this is generally in case of a car. Suppose in case of a bike, by using hand, na? Okay, so this is just in case of a car. So by using leg muscles, driver need to apply more force on accelerator pedal. So more fuel will flow into the engine. You will get the speed will increase. Again, you need to check in speedometer that is a desired speed or not. If it is a desired speed, okay, you have reached a desired speed. Okay, driver brain will give instructions to leg muscle. Okay, no need of applying the much force. Okay, whatever the applied force, that is sufficient. Okay, so this is nothing but a closed loop automobile control system. Okay, have you understood this one?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Okay. So these are the different examples of a control system. Suppose if in exam particularly asked that you need to explain the some teaching learning process, or you need to explain traffic signal, you may explain these things. Otherwise, suppose if it is given like this, what is a control system? What are different types of control system? You can explain with examples. In that case, just you can give either one or two examples. No need of giving these examples. You can give some refrigerator. You know refrigerator. In refrigerator, thermostat is there. Thermostat. Have you know that thermostat? Okay. Leave that one. You are in first year, no? So you can give any example. Okay. So these are I have given some of the these are some of the examples only. You can give any example in exam. Okay. But have you understood first what is control system? What is a system? I will explain just once again, just a brief idea. System is nothing but a number of elements or components are arranged in a sequence to perform a specific task. The group thus formed is called a system. So in a system, output quantity is controlled by varying the input quantity. That system is called a control system. So in a control system, output quantity is called as a response. Input quantity is called as a excitation or command signal. So this is the general block diagram of a control system. So we can classify control system into two types: open loop control system and closed loop control system. So this is the general block diagram of a open loop control system. Just the system is there, you are giving input, you will get the output. Due to some external disturbances, output may change. In order to get the desired output in open loop control system, you need to change the input manually because there is no feedback element. So this is the general block diagram of a closed loop control system. So in closed loop control system, because of the feedback element, whatever the changes occurring in output due to the external disturbances, those are correcting automatically. That's why closed loop control system is also called as a automatic control system. The main elements or the main components in open loop control system are plant. So the elements or components in a closed loop control system are error detector, controller, plant, and feedback element. Advantages of open loop control system, disadvantages of open loop, and these are the different examples of open loop and closed loop control systems. So this is control system syllabus in your subject. Okay. Have you got idea? Some basic idea?
Okay, sir. I have, I think you have given very sufficient knowledge to the students about
Thank you, sir.
about this topic. And
sir.
thank you so much for this nice lecture, sir.
Thank you,
I
sir.
hope
Thank you.
my students are benefited with your lecture. And so now next tomorrow I'll continue from my topic, mechanical measurement. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
thank
students. Okay, sir. Shall I close, sir, this one?
Yeah, you can close, sir. I'll have to take attendance.